Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Den. I am Tamika, and this is what you should be watching. Number 10, okay? So you guys, with my what you should be watching videos, what I usually do if it's your first time here, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Like, share, subscribe, okay? But what I usually do, if you've never seen these before, I give you guys a general breakdown, the synopsis, stuff that you would see in the trailers. There's no spoilers in these. It could be anywhere from 5 to 20 5 to 20 movies and TV shows that I tell you guys about that I'm currently watching, that I already watched. I break them down into categories sometimes, which include what I'm currently watching, coming soon, soon come, just in case you were under a rock and you missed it. Sometimes there's 2 for 1s, there's honorable mentions, which is basically, me. I say this all the time. I let y'all know my memory be bad with stuff, okay, Sometimes it may not be something that was originally on my list, but by me talking about a movie or TV show, something about that movie or actress or actor that's in it reminds me of another movie or TV show, and I'll throw that in there too. So that is what that is. And then I have classics, favorites, right? Old school. And for Black History Month, right? I decided this last week. If you've seen that video, then you heard me say this before. If not, then I'm telling you about it now. For the rest of this month, I will probably be throwing in at least 5 that are representing Black History Month as well. So in this case, for today, I have about 15, and 5 of those will be my Black History Month picks, okay? That you guys could go ahead and check out. But before I get into the list, you guys, I just wanted to say again, welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome to the new people that are watching for the first time. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the likes, for the comments. It really means a lot to me, especially me being new up here on YouTube, okay? Shout out to the King of Napa people, okay? I know they're probably not going to see this video, but they have been retweeting me and, resharing my videos, the reviews that I do of their show. It means really so much to me, especially me being a new YouTuber. That means a lot. And you guys, I did have them in my what you should be watching list, and I also do reviews on the show. That show is so good. That is Kings of Napa. Make sure y'all check them out. Watch the show and then watch my reviews on it, okay? And speaking of some that have been on my list from before, I also had Peacemaker on one of them. That ended today, the last episode. We're hearing that they got renewed for season 2. I'm looking forward to. I was so pleasantly surprised with Peacemaker. If you guys have not been watching that, you definitely need to check that out too. I wanted to do reviews on that, but so far I haven't been able to, okay? I may still do a video with my son where we just talk about it, kind of overall things, since I didn't get to do an individual breakdown of each episode. But that was really good. I just had Bel Air on one of my last what you should be watching videos, and I did get a chance to check out the first 3 episodes of that. The 4th one came out today. You guys go check that out, and I also have a breakdown of that up here. I wasn't planning on doing it, but the show is so good that I had to. So if you haven't watched that, check that out too. So I just wanted to mention those before I went ahead and got into this list. Okay, and another one. I told y'all I'm going to keep it real. If I'm going to tell you the good, I'm going to tell you the bad. Now, it was a ways back. I don't remember. It might have been on my number 7 or somewhere around there that I mentioned a show on Netflix called The Girl in the Window, or The Woman in the Window Across the Street from the Girl, something along them lines. And I was maybe 2 to 3 episodes in to watching it when I put it on the list and was telling y'all to check it out. And if you liked it, that's great. But honey, let me tell you, when I finished that thing, I was saying, what the heck was this, okay? And so if you didn't and you was as confused as I was, then I apologize for that one. But I was told afterwards, with me tweeting out some different stuff about it, that apparently that was supposed to be like a spoof parody type of thing. And if that is true, then maybe that makes more sense to it, because I was taking it serious, and maybe if I would have looked at it as a parody, then I wouldn't have. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that one in there too, because like I told y'all, if it's good, I'm gonna tell y'all it's good, and if I'm not too crazy about it, I'm gonna tell y'all that too. So that just popped in my head, and I figured I would throw that in there as well. But getting to my list for today, um, I'm gonna talk about some documentaries, y'all. I don't think I've been putting documentaries on my list, and like I said, I like all genres. You know, I go all across the board, okay? And so some people do like docs, some don't. And I figured, even though I've talked about bio movies and stuff, I don't think I've necessarily talked about docs. So I figured I would throw some of those in there because there's two that I watched recently that were really, something to talk about, okay? And then there's two older ones that I watched a while back that I like. So those are going to be my first four that I'm going to share. The first one is going to be The Tinder Swindler. Okay, I'm sure y'all probably heard about that one already. It is on Netflix, and it's this guy that posed as a wealthy jet-setting diamond mogul. And he wooed these women online, okay, and then conned them out of millions of dollars. And now some of the victims, you know, um, want they payback, okay? This was really good, okay, you guys. I mean, I would like to talk about it more in depth. Of course, I don't do spoilers up here, but if that's something y'all would like to hear more about in depth with spoilers, let me know. Put it in the comments. And the next one I would like to talk about as well. I actually took notes on both of these, but I need to know whether people actually are interested in hearing more about it or not before I go ahead and do it. This one is We Need to Talk About Cosby, okay, on Showtime. Is from director W. Kamau Bell. I love him. He explores Bill Cosby's life and work, weighing his actions against indisputable influence through interviews with comedians, commentators, journalists, and women who share their personal encounters with him. Very well done, okay? And then we're going to kind of take it back. These ones are a little bit older, right? Coming in last year because you figure we in a new year now. But still very good, okay? And this is Summer of Soul on Hulu, and his acclaimed debut as a filmmaker, Mr. Questlove, okay, coming from the roots, presents a powerful, transporting documentary, part music film, part historical record around an epic event that celebrated black history, culture, and fashion. So that one can kind of go in with the black history list too, okay? And this was like a big festival that took place. I had never heard about this before. Apparently it was around the same time as Woodstock, but everybody was busy talking about Woodstock, so nobody really talked about this. And they were able to find, like lost footage and just put this film together. And he recently got nominated, for an Oscar for this. So, congrats to him on the nomination, and I really do hope that he wins because this was really well done. If you haven't seen it, you might want to check it out. The next one, I really fell in love with this. It's called High on the Hog, right? How African American cuisine transformed America. They are actually getting a season 2 to this, which I'm looking forward to. And it just shows black food as American food. There's a chef and writer, Stephen Shaffield, that goes around, eating different delicious foods, moving through the lines from Africa all the way to Texas in this docu-series. And like I said, number one, I love, food shows. I love cooking food and making food. So I already was into it for that reason. And it does give us history as well, going from Africa to, Texas, things that you may not have known about or even heard about before. And it hit close to home for me because I have family in a lot of those places that they went to, and I have been able to trace back my roots to different places in Africa. And it literally was making like my hairs stand up on my arms and me get chills. I think it's really good. If you just so happen to not have seen it, go ahead and check it out, alright? And you can kind of throw that one in with Black History too, okay? I wasn't thinking about it when I first wrote it down, but hey, why not, right? And so now we're going to get into a movie, okay? This movie is Mr. Nobody, okay? If you have not seen it, it was good. A lot of good action, okay? And it's about Hutch Mansfield. He fails to defend his family when these two thieves break into his house one night. And the aftermath of the incident sends him, on this freaking long simmering rage, right? Where he wants payback and he must now protect his family from the dangerous adversary. And it really was good. I think they either have this on Showtime or HBO. Check your local listings, but this is really good. This also came out last year. Then we are gonna go to let's see what we're gonna do next. We are gonna go to Dark Waters, okay? That was made in 2019. This was also based on a true story. It was about a tenacious attorney who uncovered a dark secret that connects a growing number of unexplained deaths to one of the world's largest companies. While trying to expose the truth, he soon finds himself risking his future, his family, and his life. Okay, and again, that is Dark Waters. That was in 2019. And then we have coming from Netflix also in 2019, okay. This will be on there March 1st. 21 Bridges. If you just so happen to never see it, this was a pretty good movie. It has my boy Chadwick Boseman in it. God bless him. May he rest in peace. And basically it was about him, armed with a bold plan to lock down Manhattan. A detective on a mission races against time to catch two cop killers and make a shocking discovery. Okay, and that is 21 Bridges, and that will be on Netflix on March 1st. Okay, something else coming to Netflix that looks like it may be interesting is called The Bombardment. It is going to be there March 9th, so this is coming soon come, okay? And the fates of several Copenhagen residents collide when a World War II bombing mission accidentally targets a school full of children based on true events. So if that's something that you think that you might be interested in, check it out, y'all, okay? And let me know what you think about it, all right? And now we are going to move on to The Girl Before, okay? On HBO, this is a series. It's one season, and it follows the story of an exec called Jane who gets a chance to move into a beautiful minimalist home designed by a supremely confident and enigmatic architect named Edward Manford rather. And Jane must adhere to his peculiar house rules as stipulated by David, but a shocking discovery about his prior tenant, okay, creates an unnerving atmosphere, causing Jane to question her fate. And that is The Girl Before. It came out in 2021. It's a psychological thriller on HBO. And then we have Netflix, The Privilege. Okay, this is already out. This was like one of kind of weird. My friends always say I always find weird stuff and creepy stuff. I do for some reason. I'll just click on random things sometime and be watching it and say, what the heck is this? Okay. So this will fall underneath scary, thriller, suspense. If you're into that kind of thing, then you might enjoy it. If you're not, then this may not be your cup of tea. But this is The Privilege. It is a wealthy teen and his friends attending an elite private school, and they uncover a dark conspiracy while looking into a series of strange supernatural events. So if that is something that you think you might be interested in, then I would suggest that you go ahead and check it out. And definitely get back to me and let me know whether you liked it or not. And now we are going to get into the Black History section of my list, okay? And these are also ones that I consider to be classics, favorites. I could watch them countless times. I probably know the words by heart. But I still enjoy them like the first time. I always notice something new about them when I watch them a lot of times. And so anyway, the first one is JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, okay? Which is basically the Richard Pryor biopic. That's why, we've been hearing for a couple years now that they're supposed to be doing one. I think Mike Epps is supposed to be playing him. And hey, you never know. It might be good. I definitely will check it out. But to be honest with you, I feel like Richard Pryor always kind of told his stories himself, whether it was his stand-up, his movie. I don't really feel like they need to do it. And JoJo Dancer definitely is one that did a great job of that, and he played in it himself. And it is basically, his story. And it says, although JoJo Dancer has achieved success as a stand-up comedian, he hasn't found happiness after receiving severe burns and a narcotics-related incident. JoJo remains in a coma while in a state. He looks back on his life drifting into memories of childhood, youth, marriage, his rise to fame, and he must decide whether he wants to live or not. Definitely one of my favorites, and also we are putting it on the Black History list, okay? Next one is also Richard Pryor, okay? He made a lot of movies I liked, so I'm just throwing this one in here too. This is See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I crack up at this movie every single time, okay? And so Wally Carew, which is Pryor, is a blind man looking for a job. Dave Lyons, which is Wilder, and Wilder and Pryor always was good in their movies together. They had such a good chemistry. And, Lyons is a deaf man who runs a newsstand. When Dave hires Wally, he never imagined that they will have to survive after a murder occurs at the newsstand. They figure out who the killer is with their collective senses, and the two must cooperate, okay, and come together in order for them to survive and live. If you just so happen to never see that one, definitely watch it. If you have already seen it, then you know how good it is. So watch it again, yeah. Excuse me. The next one I have, a little bit more serious, always makes me cry no matter how many times I've seen it, but I still love it, love it, love it, okay? Imitation of Life. And I know that there's two versions. I think my DVD that I have, yes, I still have DVDs and I still throw them in there, okay? Don't judge me. I think it has both versions on the one I have, but I am talking about the one with Lana Turner, Juanita Moore, Sandra Dee, and of course my girl Mahalia Jackson singing, okay? And this is about, like, Laura Meredith is a white single mother who dreams of being on Broadway, has a chance to counsel with Annie Johnson, a black widow. Annie becomes the caretaker of Laura's daughter Susie, and while Laura pursues her career, Laura's thirst for fame threatens the relationship with her daughter Susie, while Annie struggles with her light-skinned daughter Sarah, who is struggling with her African American identity. And if you for some reason never saw this movie, you absolutely have to watch it. You are gonna cry probably, but you have to watch it. You will enjoy it, okay? The next one that I have also coming in on the classics and favorites and Black History is Sparkle, okay? And not the second one, okay? I mean, I love me some Whitney. I love me some, what was her name? Jordan. Oh gosh, why am I not remembering her name right now? It'll come to me, but y'all know who I'm talking about. Love them too, and hey, watch both if you want to. But I'm talking about the original with my girl Irene Cara in it. Okay, Jordan Sparks, that's her name. Sorry. But I'm talking about the original with Irene Cara, okay? And this is Sparkle in the 1950s Harlem. Sparkle's sister and Dolores, three musically gifted sisters, whose mother Effie supports them, is encouraged by Sparkle's boyfriend Styx to form a singing group. However, tensions rise when sister's appointed lead singer and begins dating Satin, an abusive, drug-addicted pimp, okay? And my favorite part of that movie is when her mother be like, he's a rat, okay? And he's gonna drag you in the gutter. So, the last one I have, I think this is the last. Let me double check and make sure. Okay, yeah. The last one I have, this is my girl. She always makes me laugh. And of course it has Betty White in it too. And I always love her. And it has Steve Martin in it too. It's Raining Down the House, y'all. Okay. I never get tired of this movie with Miss Queen Latifah. And it is about a lawyer, Peter Sanderson, who wants to dive back into dating after his divorce. Lucks out. He's lucking out with dating and he's having problems, and he decides to get online dating. He meets a fellow lawyer, or so he thinks. The two go, agree to meet in the flesh. But when the woman he meets is an escaped convict named Charlene, that of course is Queen Latifah, it's not what he expected, and Charlene convinces him to take her case, prove her innocent, and along the way they become friends. That is one of my favorites. I never get tired of it, and it always makes me laugh every time. So that is my list for today, you guys. I hope that you find something up here that you like and you want to watch. If you do, get back to me and let me know. Shout out to Miss Jean, because she's always leaving me comments. I don't know if I said that. If I did, then I'm saying it again. If I didn't, I don't want to leave you out. She's always letting me know that she watched this. She's watching this now, and she will watch that. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments. And like I said, all the subscribers. I'm trying to reach 100. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I really appreciate it. And if, there's anything that you think I should be watching, please leave that in the comments as well. Let me know so I could go ahead and check those out, okay? And maybe tell the people about it. And so that's all I got for y'all today, all right? I hope y'all have a good night, a great weekend. Till next time, toodaloo.